Greetings. My name is Troy Cady, and I invite you to pause with me now to pray with PlayWell Communities. PlayWell is a faith network of those who are simply trying to learn to live by the unforced rhythms of grace. And to help us keep in time with God's heartbeat, with God's rhythmic dance. We like to stop at different times throughout the day to pray so that we can attune our hearts to God's heart. And today, I invite you to join me in PlayWell's Midday prayers, where I will read an Advent reflection from Madeleine L'Engle on creativity. Well, with that, let's get ready. Light this candle as a reminder that Christ, the light of the world, is present with us. Savor the words of Jesus from Matthew chapter 11, as translated by Eugene Peterson in the Message. Jesus says, "Come to me, get away with me, and you'll recover your life. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace." In the middle of the day, we return to you, Jesus, our center. In you we live and move and have our being. Like parched souls searching for a spring, we thirst for you and your ways. With joy we draw water from the wells of your salvation. Just pause for a moment now to just be present, to just rest and breathe. Here's a confession that we in PlayWell like to say in the middle of the day. It's called The Life of the Beloved. I will say each line and then leave a pause so that you have a chance to make this confession your own, either by saying each line aloud yourself or just by taking the words into your heart. I believe I am God's beloved child. I am learning to let God's love fill my heart, to let it shape my life. so I may be just who God has made me to be, nothing more and nothing less. That I may abide in love and share God's love with all that I am. Amen. During Advent, we are reminded of the incredible creativity of God, that God is always birthing something new. And here are some wonderful words from Madeleine L'Engle, author of A Wrinkle in Time, which is a book and a movie that you may have heard of. She's written a book on creativity and the life of faith called Walking on Water. And these words that connect with the theme of creativity, God's creativity in the Advent season, are from that book, Walking on Water. She says, "We are not taught much about the wilder aspects of Christianity. But these are what artists have wrestled with throughout the years. The Annunciation has been a favorite subject of painters and poets because gestation and birth-giving are basic to any form of creation. All of us who have given birth to a baby or to a story know that it is ultimately mystery, closely knit to God's own creative activities, which did not stop at the beginning of the universe. God is constantly creating in us, through us, with us. And to co-create with God is our human calling." And just pause for a few moments. I'm going to read it again because her words are so wonderful, but let's pause for a few moments of silence before I read it again. As I read this again, I invite you to listen for what shimmers for you in these words, a word or a phrase or an idea, an image. What in this reading, this brief meditation, seems to be especially for you? L'Engle writes, "We are not taught much about the wilder aspects of Christianity. But these are what artists have wrestled with throughout the years. The Annunciation has been a favorite subject of painters and poets because gestation and birth-giving are basic to any form of creation. All of us who have given birth to a baby or to a story know that it is ultimately mystery, closely knit to God's own creative activities, which did not stop at the beginning of the universe. God is constantly creating in us, through us, with us. And to co-create with God is our human calling. I wonder what part of that shimmered for you, a word, a phrase, an image. I wonder what part of that seems to be especially for you these days. Now here's a prayer for all the creative work that we do, either this day or that we've done this year or that we're looking ahead to in the coming days. God, we commit to you the work that is done and the work that is yet undone. May your beauty rest upon us, Lady Wisdom. We trust you will complete the incomplete. We believe you will finish what you started. May we meet you on the road with us, Brother Jesus. As we labor, be our resting place. Please make our work restful and our rest fruitful. May we remain present to your presence, Great Spirit. And we close these midday prayers with a blessing from Teresa de Avila. Let nothing disturb you, nothing affright you. All things are passing. God never changes. Patient endurance attains to all things. Whom God possesses, in nothing is wanting. Alone, God suffices. Thank you for joining me in prayer with PlayWell Communities here in these midday prayers. I will be back again tomorrow, and I invite you to join me then. If you would like to join a small group of PlayWell folks, we are going to be meeting on Zoom tonight at 7:30 Central, and you would be most welcome to join us. It's just a small little group, and we'll be reflecting on the theme of joy in Advent and watching one of my stories that I have that I like to tell. They're kind of like kids' stories, but they help us adults to practice being childlike. So if you'd like to join us for that, just let me know and I'll get you the information. I'll share the Zoom link with you. In any case, I hope you have a good day. And above all, be loved, because you are beloved.